Okay, so the next exercise we're going to look at here is a personal mission statement. And Michael, we're going to look at that together. So personal mission statement, it says what your present goals are. That's what it's about, really. It defines who you are as a person. It identifies your purpose and vision. And it explains how you aim to pursue that purpose and why it matters to you. So we've got an exercise here we're going to work through. We're going to look at your skills and abilities, so what you like to do. We're going to look at your personality traits. And we're going to look at your values, dreams and passions, so why you want to do what you do. And from that, we're going to create your own personal mission statement, which is why you want to do what you do.
Yeah.
And this can change and adapt as time goes on, because obviously your career is fluid and flexible, and your mission statement will be fluid and flexible also. But I would say it'd be good to revisit this yearly and adapt as needed. Okay. So Michael, let's start with the first section. So your skills and abilities. So what do you like to do? What are your skills and abilities?
Well, I like to play flute. But within that, I like to play music, especially from the early 20th century. I feel that's kind of where I'm most at home at the minute. And so, yeah, so I think that I also really like playing solo, which is something that shocked me very recently. I'd never thought I would get used to playing solo, but I think playing solo, or definitely within a small group without piano, because I feel piano it's a big support, do you know? And without having that there's almost a risk involved, and there's a bit of exhilaration and energy in playing, I guess. Yeah.
So how about your personal skills and abilities? So organizational skills, time management, enthusiasm, motivation, curiosity.
I think out of all of them, curiosity is the one that hits home. Can't say much for organization skills, and my mum would say the same. But enthusiasm and curiosity. I really, and I hope this is definitely reflected in the chamber groups we've been involved in, but I definitely like to kind of dive headfirst into something. You know, I'm kind of a very all or nothing person when it comes to something, I'd say. Yeah.
Your personality traits.
I'd say I'm actually pretty confident, and I like public speaking, even though I'm probably not very good at it. I think confidence is mainly the big one for me. Curiosity, enthusiasm, sure, but I feel that if there's one thing that I can really say about myself is I'm confident, and I kind of have the audacity to, do stuff, and that other people probably wouldn't. Yeah.
So you're an explorer.
Yeah, probably not.
An adventurer.
Yeah.
Your values, dreams and passions. So why you want to do what you do? You can start with your passions. What are you passionate about?
100% at the minute, it has to be chamber music. It like I really do like playing, concerti and, sonatas obviously are chamber music, but I feel, either I like to play by myself because there's a sense of freedom that you don't otherwise get, or with a group of, 2, 3, 4 other people, because it really starts to feel like you're part of a group. Whereas, especially with the repertoire for flute, it never really feels very flute and piano. It seems like flute with piano accompaniment and I kind of like being part of that kind of larger group that gets to play music together and produce music for the audience. It firstly takes pressure off me, and it shares the responsibility.
Yeah.
But I always like that kind of feeling of I'm one part of something whole, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
And if you took your passion for chamber music, what would be your dream with that? What would be your ideal chamber music work situation?
There's kind of only really one option that I can think of, and you probably can think of the same. It's Wigmore Hall, 100%. Getting an opportunity to play regularly in Wigmore Hall would be 100% a dream. I'm not too interested at the minute anyway of playing in, you know, massive concert halls, because the connection's kind of not there, and I'd rather be playing in smaller
intimate kind of settings is what we're talking about,
because you actually feel like you're connecting properly with the audience compared to, you know, if you're playing, like, I love Mahler and all that, but the orchestra size is massive, and I just never feel like that connection kind of ever gets there.
It's easier to communicate with your audience, and I think even in Irish festivals would be nice as well. We've talked about this as well. Performing together would be lovely.
That's nice. Your values, so how do they play into it? What do you value?
I definitely place a lot of importance on trying to perform works that may not have been recorded or are definitely not in public knowledge. Like Lucy and I were talking about different repertoire for flute, viola and piano, and you have the Duraflay. And then I recommended the Nikolaeva.
Kind of sweet.
Yes, and both of which, the Duraflay would get more recordings, but the Nikolaeva I could find one or two recordings of, and it's very rare. And so I'm very interested in playing music that just hasn't really been performed and giving them a kind of space.
I suppose there's less of a pressure as well on us to perform it in a certain way. We can really make it our own, you know, and go with this whole idea of creating a unique experience.
Yeah. So I can see here that your values are very much around being a trailblazer, and you value intimate settings, intimate experience, and communication with your audience. That's lovely, and you also value friendship as part of that. Okay, so let's go on to your personal mission statement. If you said to what you'd like to do, so that, and the impact of what you'd like to do, so what would that be, do you think, if you were to summarize that into a personal mission statement?
I would like to play chamber music that hasn't been given, I feel, the space that it has deserved, so that I can give it the space that it deserves. I guess would be what it,
Yeah, that's great. So you can see how building that personal mission statement and clarifying that idea can be really effective when you are applying for funding or when you're trying to communicate what you want to do and why you want to do it. Through your CVs, your covering letters, your social media profile, your LinkedIn. So it's a really, really useful exercise to clarify what you're about and what your present goals are. Okay, thank you.